Harden. And Lynn's three on the outside will rim out. Canterson's exposing the Jazz defense early, and there's a bad pass on the second turnover. But Harden loses the ball and gets it back to Lynn, and Lynn is fouled as he goes to the basket. The other thing that Houston does is they get to the free throw line. Now,
yeah, well, Cantor right here wasn't ready, and Tinsley thought he was, and another turnover causes some free throws for the Rockets.
And Jeremy Lin is not the guy you want to put at the free throw line. In the preseason, he didn't miss. And he didn't miss very often in the regular season, missed just twice.
And especially at home, getting these rebounds and getting out and running these bigs.
For the basket. Jazz with an 8-3 lead.
What's nice about the Jazz defense is they don't have to double team any of these matchups.
They have to be familiar with each other as part of that Turkish national. They played in Turkey together against each other. And there's the shot.
And all night long to get out and run.
Harden underneath, ball's on the floor. And with 10 seconds on the shot clock for Houston. Howard is going to get that. Pulls down the rebound.
I think Gobert is just so excited to play against probably a guy that he's idolized. Dwight Howard.
Well, that length. There's contact there between Asik and Gobert. And Lynn, as Gobert did a nice job showing, jumping out, and then getting back in time. And now, as you point out, you watch them together. Those two guys will bang. Get the screen there, and 30 seconds left in the first quarter. Lynn has nowhere to go.
Nice defense.
I'll call him Lucas occasionally, John, and maybe the third sometimes.
In the league right now with points allowed at 94, so that's a pretty good number. They're not allowing a good shooting percentage from the opposing teams.
Yeah, the three-pointer, and that one goes down
every single day from a guy like that. Because let's face it, his offense needs to progress. His defense is there, and I think Kevin McHale.
Credit union for your home, your business, and your life. Poked away by Burks. Lynn gets it back again. Yeah, but the miss comes down to Utah. Jefferson with the rebound. Burks pulls up.
That's the bottom line. You could after the teams every night in and night out. You're going to win games because let's face it, superstars, teams that think they're better than you, they don't want to battle you all night.
Close to the
that's
basket.
his first three-point make of the season. Now he's one of 5 on the year, but the first one needs to.
And the Jazz out rebounding Houston, the best rebounding team in the league, 25-12. Harden tonight. You talked about the defense.
Well, Harden's coming off a 34-point night last night, so his legs might be a little tired.
Harris with the 2 free throws, extending Utah's lead to 56-37. Jeremy Lin goes to the basket. And Jeremy Lin, there's another example of a talent that went undrafted out of Harvard.
Well, no one can forget about Linsanity. When he was with the Knicks, the 25 starts that he had with Knicks, all his jerseys, you couldn't even keep him on the shelves. 18 points and almost 8 assists during that span. Couldn't even get a ticket to the game. And then the Knicks had the chance to bigs. Even Gobert making it tough on Howard.
9 points for Harden now. Yeah, I don't think you can win as this Rocket team if Parsons is your leading scorer. There's the offensive rebounding that has stood the Jazz in such good stead so far.
Dwight Howard doesn't box out. He just turns and out-leaps everyone. He can do that on most nights, but tonight he's going
points.
And what you like about Jefferson's game is he's always under control. Rarely does he get out of control.
And he can get up in the air, too, as the shot from the outside from Jeremy Lin finds the bottom of the net, another three-pointer. He was a participant in the slam dunk check back.
And Asik still hasn't crossed. He finally crossed half court.
Jazz do a good job getting back, and that was a key early in the game, and that's going to be offensive. Jazz shooting has taken a little bit of a downturn now. See, they're just 1 of 5 in the quarter. Excuse me, 1 of 6 in the quarter, 1 of 5 for the Rockets. So neither team really lighting it up, and John Lucas set to check in here at the dead ball against the team that came in holding the opponents to the worst percentage. Houston had the best field goals against percentage defense coming into tonight's game. Jeremy Lin, his totals tonight. Outstanding Utah educators with the $1,000 donation to nominate your favorite educator. Visit UtahJazz.com. Harden.com/CenturyLink.
No excuses.
That's right. And watch. Yeah, well, make sure you watch the pregame show. It's worth it. Harden for three. And he's starting to heat up.
Kind of what the Jazz were doing in the first half.
Jefferson.
They got to respond now.
Jefferson, that ball's on the floor. Has it taken away. And Harden out in front of the break. And he'll score. Jefferson replaced by Burks in the Jazz lineup. And Lucas to Burks. You know, that interior just packed in by the Houston Rockets. Rebounds. Jazz with a 5-point edge here. 6:44 remaining here in the third, but look at the run. 18-4 for Houston.
His first field goal of the night.
Lynn on Burks. Cantor back to Burks. 8 on the shot clock. Trying to go to the basket. Creating contact. Stripped away from behind. Yeah, Kevin McHale said he dribbled the ball, so he had possession, and the official said no, he dribbled it out of bounds. Well, there's a finish. Dwight Howard, get out of the way.
When you guard Dwight, you got to keep him outside the lane. He's really good when he gets the ball right here where no one's on him, and then he can just go up and use his athletic ability and not skill to dunk a basketball.
At the half as Hayward breaks the ice for the Utah Jazz. The Jazz had gone stone cold, and they have a 2-point lead again. Poked to half. Second foul on Chandler Parsons. Well, here comes to set the screen, and Gordon Hayward, boy, had a good look. Decided to penetrate instead. Goes to Burks. Lynn playing good defense on Burks. They've been in the previous 2 games only to see it come up short because of execution. It's something Coach Tyrone Corbin told me about tonight when we were talking pregame. Got to see him execute. And now you've got
the point guard, brought in Gordon Hayward to be another off guard, be a co-point guard with Alec, and then you got Richard Jefferson at the 3, and still small with Mike Harris.
And let me correct for Utah.
Cantor's had Asik's number the entire night.
Lynn, air balls walk down. 6 seconds left to shoot. The kick out to Lynn with 2.5, and he hits the 3. And then hits the deck.
What happens, you cannot get broken down at the point of attack, and Gordon Hayward.
And there's Asik on him defensively. All kinds of contact in there. And nothing is called, no whistle. And the Jazz trying to get back as Lynn pushes it down the floor. The follow-up with the left hand. So they met your challenge there.
This is going to be interesting now, because now Favors is outside the paint, trying to guard a perimeter player, so Houston's going to get a lot more inside.
Well, Lynn with the basket.
So the strategy's going on.
Favors on the block, working against Howard. And Lucas has to force up a shot to beat the right guy with the Subway sub of the game.
Well, they got to get a stop now.
Got 11 points.
And you see the difference when Favors isn't guarding the basket. Cantor just doesn't have the length of Favors.
And Favors, the scoop, the finger roll won't fall.
This is he's made his free throws tonight, though. That's the only thing.
And he's overdue to miss them, though. There goes Lynn. Well, that's not the guy you want to knock down, but he landed on the baseline, still had the ball. Jazz basketball. The baseline. Well, there's the contact, but he's the last one to touch it as he's falling out of bounds. All you got to do is check it out at JiffyLubeUtah.com. Learning curve. I talked to Coach Tyrone Corbin about 4 seconds from now as Howard will just dribble out the miss. And the Houston Rockets move to 3-0. The Jazz fall tonight by